Hello, my little tiddlywinks, and welcome back to From the Depths, one of the greatest shoot-'em-up boat, missile, laser, rocket building awesomeness. So yeah, I had recorded a video, and something went horribly wrong with it, and there was no sound whatsoever, and it's rather boring. But yeah, so little things happened, but nothing super-duper important. You can see we've actually moved our ship away. We moved away from the home sweet home all the way over there. We came to here with our new boat, and we actually came into... Gonna let me zoom in, there we go. Came into this new resource ring. This is a limited resource ring, so there's only, 22,500 resources in reserve, so it will run out eventually. And what I'm probably going to end up doing is actually building a fortress, a resource fortress kind of thing. It's very similar to what's back here, but probably not in this episode. Maybe I will, or maybe I'll build it off camera and just bring it in for, the sake of it. So we actually shot down a fortress that was here. We were attacked like 3 times. We took down some enemy base that was over here on this island. It was pretty action-packed, but overall pretty boring anyway. But like I said, the audio didn't record correctly, and this one might not either. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But what I do want to show you is I did finish this boat off, at least to, what's good for now. It's really kind of a clunky-looking ship, and it's nothing special right now, but I fixed up the AI. I realized there was a couple of the missile sets that did not have AI hookups yet, which was, kind of a big deal because they wouldn't fire. But I also went ahead and I added in these guys. So these are shield projectors, which are super duper cool. And I've hooked them up, come back here, to this computer. So it allows you to do custom key map. So in the build, it is, if you go into control, complex controller, you can pick 2 different types, but I don't know what this one is really. I think it has something to do with drive propulsion, so I went with complex controller. This allows you to change stuff to T, G, Y, H, U, J, I, K, O, L, and arrow keys, which is super cool, because this allows you to do some really neat things. In particular, what I've done is those lasers, if I stand right about here, will come out into the tab view so you can actually see what's happening. What I've done is I set up on O and L. O turns the shield on. L turns off the shields. So it's really nice that we're not using that energy all the time, and we don't have to, float out here on tab just to go and hit Q next to the actual things. But let me show you the quick settings in case you've never used lasers, and I still don't know why the lights don't work the way they're supposed to, and, it's okay. But anyway, what I've done is I've set them to reflect. This means that shells and stuff will bounce off of the shield. You can do other things like laser absorb, that'll absorb laser hits. You can hit disrupt. I think disrupt just kind of slows it. Disrupt the path of projectiles. Larger the angle of incidence, that increase power to further increase deflections. So I don't really know. Deflect? Yeah, I don't really know what the major difference is between the 2 of these. But needless to say, the way we have it set up, it's very close. The further up you set this, the more energy it's going to use. Same thing with the width and the height. The more space you're covering, or the farther away it has to be from that projector, the more power it's going to use. And I've set, on this one, the azimuth didn't have to change, but we set it to 45. That's the max you can go. And that'll give us the greatest chance of it reflecting on. I've also, well, right now it's off, so the drive is at 0, and we're not using any power. But you can see as we go up, see this number right down here is using a lot of power. So that's why we've got it set off. And right here is where you can go into that. You can go into that complex controllers. If you click once, it turns green. Click it again, it turns red. So that just means that turns it on, that turns it off. Super simple. I like it, personally. Because that way, when we're not in a battle, we don't have to worry about these at all, which is handy. but we can turn them on at will, which is cool. Now, something I wanted to add, because I thought it might be neat, is... Let's see, I want to say they're under miscellaneous? Yeah, shield projector. So you have to have your normal shield projector to project shields, but you can also add these color changers, which... Okay, come on, speed up. I hate when you first go into building this. That's one thing that I have issue with so far. I don't know if it's just something I'm doing wrong, or what it is. But yeah, let's quickly put on... What is it, N? Yeah, N Premiere. And these, if I remember, it can only go on the top of these. Like, that can't be right. Maybe they can only go on the sides? That might be a thing. Let me... That kind of looks like it should go there. So yeah, what you can do is you can change the colorations. And I don't know if this is correct, but I should be able to turn... Yeah, so we can turn those on. If I hit Q and back up, you can see, like, you can change this alpha. The higher up you crank this, the more solid this looks. So, like, that's super cool. I really like that. That's really neat. It gives it a little bit more coolness, but it's also going to be a big drain on your graphics. So, you know, you can have it turned all the way down to nothing. I might crank it up a little bit. I don't know. I like the color. I don't know, maybe make it blue. What happens if I turn it all off? Ooh, it turns into this creepy black. I want, like, cranked up blue. That's pretty neat, right? But we won't be able to see through this. That's the only thing. So having it turned down is probably even more worth having, you know. Let's apply that to all. Let's just take a look. Okay, so yeah, we can't really see it. I don't know if I really like that. I'd like to see it enough. Let's crank it up to 2. Apply to all. That's a handy button. I like that that's there. Yeah, you know, this looks neat. It looks like a real, you know, actual shield. I like it. Another thing I want to do before I forget to cover up those little doodads there. Let's go ahead and put some little put those in there just to cover it a little bit. I think you could actually put objects over this and it won't affect it. Yeah. So yeah. Super cool. I like it. You know, we have shields we can turn on and off at will. But you can see when they're on at full power, they drain 2/3 of the engine. But it eats through that fuel like there is no tomorrow. So, having it off is a good thing. But we're okay sitting right here. We're collecting, you know, resources. We're pretty much full on parts, though. I mean, we're at 36 of 40,000, so that's not going to be a big issue. And something else I went ahead and did during the fighting, somewhere. No. Yeah, in here. I went and put all of these in. These are ammo makers. We were having... Goodness. Wait, what? No, go this way. So these are ammo makers. I went ahead and put a whole bunch of them in. And what they do is they make ammo. So when we fire, we'll be able to replace all of that stuff we fired. So you can see we've got like 60 shots. And just watch what happens to the ammo. It's the third little bar thing on the right corner. Once all of these have fired, which they might not, because I don't think I'm close enough, but you can see we didn't suffer any ammo loss, actually, I don't think. Or it hasn't filled anything yet, so you'll see in a second it should start going down, maybe. possibly. If it feels like it. Well, maybe it won't. Maybe we are making so much ammo right now. But it's also because it does take this a while to actually remake missiles. Missiles take a while to reload. It could be one of the big downfalls of this this boat, is that we do rely entirely on those missiles, and they do take a long time to reload. Now you can change that. We could alter that. We have our character sheet. We can go in and you can see it hop for a second. There it goes. So yeah, we just lost a whole bunch of ammo, but the engine is kicked on and it's running those ammo makers, and they've rebuilt this for us. We're good. So, what I'm going to do, though, to make this more interesting, is we're going to go out into the real world, and we're going to go look for an enemy. Even though it won't take them long to show up here, because we do have a ship that's taken over some of their land. They don't like that all that much. So if you haven't played, hitting that pull all allows you to speed up time, which...
Receiving.
Wait, why aren't you moving? What is going on?
You're in control. Moving now.
Are you moving? Are you really moving? Okay, you're really moving now. Okay. I thought you were just being stupid.
Moving now.
So if you hit pull all...
Receiving. Moving now.
This will allow you to move much faster. It helps the game out because it pulls all of your units out of play, which means you can do a lot more. Your computer doesn't have to struggle so hard to keep up with where all of your boats are at any given time. So we're looking for an enemy. We can see... Oh, there's an enemy. What are you? Get in the battle. So what are we facing here? We are facing a flagship Falkenheim. Now I'm hoping that's an air unit, because it's over land right now. Yeah, it looks like it's an air unit. We will go ahead and turn our boat that direction, and we'll begin the battle. This ought to be interesting. I'm probably just going to go from this view here, because we'll be able to zip around a little bit easier and see things. Oh, but what I do want to do, before I forget, is come in and... Come on, get up. Turn on those shields. So we have shields. There comes the missiles. Looks like they're bouncing off of the mountains here. Is that an airship or not? They're not even firing in the right direction, but oh, look at that. Taking it on. So that's the only good big thing about missiles is we do have the ability to shoot from, well, we win, a very long range. So we were able to handle firing all the way from over here to hit that. And that's a pretty big distance. A lot of your other cannons and stuff, to shoot that far with good accuracy is not very great. So that should be disappearing here in a second, and this other ship's going to pop up. Yeah, there we go. So you can see we are seeing this ship like crazy, and these missiles should begin firing. There we go. Look at them go. See, some of them, because we're so low to the ground, some of these missiles aren't hitting correctly. They're smacking into that. There's torpedoes sitting right here. They're trying to fire. We really didn't design the AI to handle... What is this? What? It's got a little drone. That's cool. So that's something we'll try and get into eventually. Right now, I don't have much skill in that. But this actually has drone ships that fly around this mothership. It looks like these ones might be repairing this as we damage it. But I have a feeling we have enough power to take this down without an issue. Especially because you can see we are pummeling the front of this ship. And the AI is already dead. So yeah, we do quite a bit of damage, especially because we did put in EMP missiles. EMP missiles are great. As you can see, they're handling some of these weaker ships with no problem because they're not protecting their AI. Whereas on our ship, now see, this is our only weakness right now, is missiles. because these shields do not protect against missiles. Missiles will go straight through that. But I think their AI is dead enough, and I don't think they have enough fuel to handle it, and we've won. I like that little "you are here" doodad. So it's like, yeah, the AI is dead on that. It should just... It's trying to disappear. It's a big ship, so it takes a while for some of these things to vanish. But I don't know... Okay, so yeah, if the AI dies, it looks like these... Oh, this drone's still going. AI dead, but it's being sustained by repairs. That's cool. So it looks like we'll just have to take this down, and that shouldn't take long at all. Hopefully. It's a little fast ship, though. So it's going to be hard for most of my missiles. Most of them were built as just kind of smack into whatever it can. So this has a few problems, but we handle that no problem. I think with the number of missiles we're firing, we're good. You know? And some of these sticky flares help a little bit. Though, I don't know. When I was trying them out last time, they weren't working too great. You can see they kind of die out after a while. But anyway, look at that. We finished that off, no problem. Our boat, the Slipgator. Props to that man. He's amazing. I love him. Great YouTuber. You should check him out. It's not how you technically write it, but whatever. Let's turn off our shields. But anyway, so that's our missile boat. I really enjoy this ship. It's really cool. We took no damage because we are able to fire from such a great distance. But yeah, it's going to have some problems with fuel consumption. It's going to be one of the biggest problems. It's also not very great at taking out air units. I mean, it's alright, but we also have the downfall of being able to be shot down by missiles. And that's something that we're going to want to try and fix. I mean, we could put smoke launchers to handle things like laser attacks, and we can put down anti-missile systems, which will probably be really worth doing. But we might not even do it on this ship. We might build a completely different ship and slowly make this into a fleet, where we can have multiple boats coming in to attack, which will be a lot more fun. Personally, I mean, I like having this guy, our missile boat. Missiles are cool, they do a lot of splash damage, but they be kind of slow. What I think I want to do next is build a laser boat. Now, lasers are tough. They're not easy. They use a buttload of power. So they're definitely more of a late-game kind of weaponry. But they're super powerful. So what I think I want to do is build a boat that basically has one super-powered laser. And that's probably something I'm going to do on my own time, because it's going to take quite a bit of time to do that. Because even just building this whole thing takes a lot of time. And I didn't do anything very cosmetic. This thing's very chunky, you know. It's just for the utility of being able to fire at whatever's getting near. So, for now, that's kind of a big downfall to these kind of videos. They'll be a little bit tougher, because I can't really just sit here with you guys and be like, yeah, we're gonna play through and actually sit here and do 3 hours of me building these ships.
Moving now.
Because that's kind of a pain. Like, it's really a big pain, because trying to think of things to talk about while sitting there can be a little bit obnoxious. Something else I want to do is build a supply ship. Something that can carry resources for us, so, you know, decent protection, but it's not going to be our war horse. What I'd want it to be able to do, because you can hit, like, R right now, and you can see resources. So, like, here's our starting base. We can set it up to only keep certain amounts of materials. Like, it'll fill up everything. Like, this one's filling up no problem. But we can tell it to deliver stuff to different units. So, like, right now, Supply Chain 1 is active on this, and any boat or ship or anything that's nearby that's on Supply Chain 1 will receive supplies from this. So if this ship, we'll pretend he's all the way, we'll pretend he's here. If he was sitting right here, and, you know, close enough to be in range, and it was empty, completely no fuel, no No nothing. No ammo, no energy, everything gone. As long as this ship has over, right now, half of the materials in its storage, anything over that half, it will begin feeding to that empty ship. Super cool. I love that factor. Same thing with ammo, with fuel, with everything. It'll continue to supply that until it gets to its level. Now I can tell this, if I wanted this to keep all 100% of its resources, I would click it there. Or if I wanted it to keep none, you could set it at 0. Or you can see this little white bar right here is what moves. So, as long as that's above the green. So this section here is all the materials it will feed to the other ships. Right now it's set here because this has one heck of a lot of storage in it, but it's collecting quite a bit. I mean, when you actually look at the fact that it has 38,000 resources that it's harvested, is, kind of impressive. But yeah. So this is really cool, and what I'd like to do is have a ship so that I can transfer supplies, if need be. So something that's super fast, but has good cargo hold. So, high speeds, maybe even a plane. That might be really worthwhile going with, and just utilizing an airship to float resources from here over. Something that I wouldn't use for combat. It would have some weapons, only if it had to fight. But for the most part, it would just be, transport only. But like I said, I think I want a laser boat next. We've seen this guy in battle now, and he looks like he does pretty effectively, in my opinion. I think he did great. But we're going to run into some other problems in the long haul. Missiles are great, but there's a lot of ships out there that are designed to handle fighting against those. So we're going to want some other weaponry to handle that. So, you can try and put it all in one boat. That's fine. You can do that. It becomes a pain and very difficult to try and fit that all in there and have this boat even continue to move. Because even ours right now is pretty slow. I mean, it's got decent speed, but I've seen much faster out there. So I think what we'll try and do next is possibly work either on a boat, or maybe I will work on trying to make a satellite laser of doom or something that floats like an airship, or I don't know. I haven't quite decided what I want to do. I think it's going to end up probably being a boat, just because boats are easiest and I understand how to do them right now. Like I said before, I haven't played with airships at all yet. No, airplanes, jets, or anything like that. I'd like to eventually, but for now, we'll probably just get another boat. But that'll be something I'm going to work on my own time, just because that's not, I think, what you guys are interested in seeing. I mean, I'll probably bring you in for parts of it, so that you can see, the innards of this ship before everything's closed up, because even on this ship, I don't think I showed you everything that we put in, I just kind of did it. But yeah, if you guys want tutorials on some of these weapon systems, AI systems, anything like that, let me know so I can, go ahead and try and build for you. I am in no way an expert at this game. I don't have that many hours playing this. I've mostly just fiddled around making ridiculous ships and silly things. So let me know if you want tutorials on how to hook up some of this stuff. If not, just tell me. But let me know either way. Let me know what you think. If you think the missile boat's cool, if there's things you want changed on it, tell me. I didn't hear before. We had those other ships that we had captured over here. I went ahead and just dissolved them. Nobody responded at that point, and it's been a while, so I just broke them down, and we kept their resources. That's what helped us build this, and we have a buttload of resources now, which is nice. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Hit that like button if you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe so that we can keep bringing you back to have more fun with this crazy missile boat. And yeah, let me know what you think. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you feel. Tell me if you think we should build a laser boat, or if you want to watch me struggle building a laser airplane. That one probably wouldn't work very well. I think it'd have to be like an airship kind of thing. But yeah, let me know what you think, and we will try and build something. And then we'll showcase it in the next video, and we'll keep progressing forward. We'll take over some more area. And also, like I said, I'm probably going to end up building a fortress to put right here so that we can suck up all of these resources in this ring. Alright, well that'll be it for today. So let me know what you think. Hit that subscribe button. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And don't forget, stay in trouble. Bye-byes.